We also have MontyBubbles.com, which is MBN,
yeah.
Monty Bubbles Network.
Yeah, because it was meant to be a Monty Bubbles network, but things didn't, because YouTube didn't really exist at that time. And then YouTube came about, so we just started funding off all our stuff over there. If you look, God, how many people we got working for us now? They're all on camera all over the place.
Well, and part of it is, like we mentioned, people like to look at the interviews because they know that we twist it up a little bit, we have fun with it. And people say, well, why do you use a microphone like that? And what's that flag thing on it? And part of it is I always tell people, I said, if you look at our wind cover that's on our microphone and our recorder, I said, if you see that, do you think it's going to be a normal interview?
No.
I said, instantly when people see that, they're relaxed.
Yeah, we got little fuzzies. We got fur fuzzies that go on our thing that people, somebody stole one of our fur fuzzies and they, where's that fur? Where's that Cookie Monster? So we went and made another, we made another one. We got 6 more getting ready to make. We're not the same as your mom and pop's. If you want your mom and pop's television, then don't kill the networks. If you want things like this, then you have to support us. We have support. We just got straight support, but we have support among people that count.
But keep watching and subscribing to us.
Because we have the only.
And let people know.
I think we got 122 videos in 3D up over on Newsvideoweb in 3D. That's not counting the videos in 3D that I have over on Newsvideoweb 1 and over on the other areas. We've got like 8 or 9 channels.
And we're adding more on a daily basis.
Yeah, so we just hope that people like, but you know.
But we love to have fun, and you know, with the anniversary of Katrina, to us it's a marking point.
It's us, yeah. We've
just like an anniversary.
Like a half a decade as of today. We're really,
Actually, 5 years. It's been 5 years, huh?
Yeah.
So now we're going into our 6th year.
We're starting our 6th year now. You know, I have to put the thing up on the website with my explosions going off on my birthday again, because we are now 6. We're now we've been in business. Starts our 6th year in business.
But you know what? It's like we sit there and talk about it. I don't think of it, you know, like a birthday. It's like I can't tell you the actual day we started.
No,
because I don't.
Because it happened.
Because
the morning after Katrina
is when it blossomed.
We started changing, because it was not a change that we intended. It was a change that happened because of Katrina's events. People, okay, because we've always been, it's just like our 3D thing. Others can, but we do. Others could do what we were doing, but they didn't. And because we were accessible, and you know, they basically paid attention to us. You've seen her evolution in 5 years. You've seen Monty's evolution in 5 years. You've seen me, I'm the same. You know, I was 220 pounds 5 years ago. And when you get to be my age, you don't, you know, actually my hair's gotten blonder. You know, that's the one thing, which is people, it's the one thing that I do get from people, which is funny though. I have my hat off and they'll go, well, it is blonde, isn't it? Yeah, it's blonde, folks. And so I've been here for 8 decades and I have blonde hair. It does happen. And I'm German on my father's side, and Irish and Indian, but you've seen the change take place. We've done a whole thing about change, but this is.
And we also will handle some hot topics, because we will handle controversial subjects, and we try and handle it from both angles.
Yeah, well.
So you understand.
Because it's the weird part is, okay, you look at me. I'm blonde-haired, fair-skinned, you know, blue-green eyes, and basically Nordic. I'm also an American Indian. So I can look at things from minority standpoint. I'm not listed as Nordic. I'm listed as American Indian because my grandmother, my mother, my grandmother, so forth, my mother's side, and my great-grandparents on my father's side, which people I keep telling because they didn't have Asians, so they liked Indians when they come to this country for 200 years. So I've got Indians in my father's side since probably 1600, something like that. You know, but so that's a long time, and so we'll tackle
some very hard news and very controversial things.
Yeah, we're in the middle right now of backdoor to amnesty, or racism in America is getting ready to go up, and we tell people our political. We try to do things. We tell people Well, actually, it used to be. Monty couldn't vote, so basically we had, since Monty couldn't vote, and this is Monty's company.
And we said, just like an illegal alien. I said, Monty's a dog and she can't vote. Well, that has
now,
changed.
since they can vote, Monty's legal. She got the paper to show she was born here, so she could probably vote in the next election. But we try to be, my basic degree is journalism. I have a degree in mass communication. I also have a degree in cinematography, and I'm also a veterinarian, which is funny, but well, because you're killing time. You get, you have an empty spot. You don't want to waste 3 hours and go 10 miles back home. So you sit there and just fill in the classes. So I ended up getting the veterinarian thing, same as I did with the other stuff. But I come from an era when it was the duty of the journalist to tell the truth. The day they say the duty is to put the story out there and let people decide what the truth is. That's not it. The day of my era, you didn't take sides. You reported it, like the thing, reporters now are on the right or the left and there's nobody in the middle. They don't care anymore. I mean, you see good guys because they're black support Obama no matter what Obama does. If Obama was to rob a bank in broad daylight and kill everybody in the business, yes, some of the black reporters would say that the white people pulled guns on him and forced him to, to leave the bank. He had to take the money to protect the money for the stockholders, and he had to shoot his way out because they were trying to take the stockholders' money from him. The bank loan. But that's how he would do it. You have guys on the right. This man is a socialist. What is a liberal Democrat? I mean,
what else do you expect?
That's news. But they're basically Glenn Beck. Okay, there would be no Barack Obama except for John McCain. There would be no Glenn Beck except for Barack Obama. And I will tell you, folks, the one that is coming next is going to be worse than anyone you've seen in the history of this nation, because they're going. If it's Hillary, Hillary is going to try to undo everything Obama has done. They're going to call her a racist. If it's a Republican, they're going to go on a vendetta. I mean, we're talking about a vendetta. And then the man or woman that follows that is going to be worse than them, because they're going to try to undo.
They go over
and it's going to be, I predicted like it would be 3 presidents before we got a president that's going to actually care about the people of the country. I mean, you can't say that. I mean, Glenn Beck, I didn't mean he was a racist. Well, these people are racist. You can't say they're racist. These people say the N-word. Well, I can say the N-word all I want. These people, we aren't confined because, as everybody knows, minority members cannot be racist. So that's why we can say things.
Well, and some of the other things is like we try to be progressive as far as technology, and because of the cinematography background, that's why we love like the animation and the 3D. And so, but we mix it in with news. Yeah,
what's a pain in the ass to do 3D? I guarantee you, to do old cam every day in 3D is a pain in the butt. We also have, we have Newsvideoweb. I have to sit there and we sit there and do her interviews are almost exclusively in 3D, but they're shown in 2D. But
we're doing them in both.
We do them in both, but it's slower to get to 3D up, so the 2D is always in advance. But we have a news avatar. We have an avatar on our front page now that tells you what happened yesterday. And our motto is yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Yeah,
we're here yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And part of it is, I thought about it the other day when I was sharing with somebody. I said, you can get yesterday's news today. Yeah. Which sounds kind of funny. You're going, what?
Yeah.
But you can, because where else are you going to find what happened last week? Unless you save the newspapers, you can get it from us. Because it's all on the internet, and it's syndicated.
And the secret to the internet is like the Library of Alexandria. It is archival. Yeah. Most of the people go to the internet to look for things that happened yesterday. And what happened yesterday will be there today, and tomorrow's news hasn't been done yet. Yeah. But it is why we're here yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're also here in 3D. We got News Avatar. We got 2 new cameras. We're going to have.
We're anxious for those.
We're going to have another month, sometime this month or October, we're going to have a brand new low light camera.
That'll be fun.
And then we're going to have a true 3D camera in October, November. Yeah. And more portable sound system. We're going to have Bluetooth. We're going to be able to, instead of having, we're locked to our sound system. The wireless we have, we're locked to being so far away. with the Bluetooth, I think we can get like a whole room away and talk to the cameras, because
So-
we've seen them in work.
Yeah, so we should have a lot of fun with that. And then going back to the interviews, besides we try and get, have fun and twist up the information a little bit, a lot of times, because we've been working with a lot of these celebrities and they're used to seeing us, and I welcome them into the interviews.
Yeah.
And so what happens is we'll have the celebrities actually doing interviews, and they'll talk to other celebrities, or they'll join us midway in between. We'll ask them questions. We have celebrity stylists that will join us.
But we've had literally people walk into the interview and take the mic from us and start asking questions of people. Which isn't done with the regular
Which isn't normally done. But because they know how we work and we like to have fun with it,
And they're almost always the most god-awful best interviews, because these are people that have questions. They know the person. They've never had a chance to actually meet the person. And like we did one interview, and he said, I'm actually giving him an award later.
Yeah, we just gave him the microphone.
We gave him the microphone. And he's sitting there, talking about, he's really getting serious about things. And basically it's just like, what the hell with you people? I'm doing an interview with this man. And he basically forgets about us, and they're sitting there having the conversation. Well, it's like the interview microphone going back and forth. They're talking to one another, and it was a great interview. And we've done it.
That's actually one of my favorites.
Yeah. And, we've had people that recognize us, that basically they'll do things with us they won't do with other people, because they know we treat them very respectful. I mean, we went to one event where an actor, basically, I was sitting there, actually I've been to a couple, and a guy that basically had surgery, massive heart surgery, and looked like hell. And, other people are, getting their cameras up. I saw him, I took my camera, put it back on the table, and he basically bypassed all the other people in the dinner and comes over to me and very nicely said, thank you for putting the camera away, because I look like hell.
Because, part of it is we're respectful, and we like to have fun, and we want them to have fun. Because part of it is it comes out different for you.
Yeah, and because we're respectful, we have sat down to eat with so many business executives and big shots of business.
People too, just like us.
And they're eating, and they're talking business. They know that we're not going to report what they say. We don't report what they say, because we're all sitting around eating at the same time, asking, well, what do you think about this? We only ever did one time did we make a mistake. And I think, when we went to a thing and a guy said, the president of a company, went to a president's dinner, which there wasn't a lot of people at because it was done at the same time as something else.
They asked you what you thought about it and you told them.
I told him, and then he went ballistic. He said, I hire you people to tell me that stuff. I don't want to be told by a newsman what you people should have. Those people were gone. We never saw any of them again. But
part of it is they asked you what you thought.
And I just told him they made a mistake. They put the cart before the horse. They didn't have anything. They were selling a video player, and didn't have the sets out there. No sets. What good is the video player? And, it should have been a logical thought. We sell the TV sets, then we market the video player. They were marketing the video player before there was anything available to show the stuff on.
Yeah.
And he got mad. I mean, we're very proud of the fact they did give us 2 nice little beautiful cases to carry. That's how it works. That's the only time we ever did put our foot in it. But when the
head of the company is asking you, and you share
what's going on, because he couldn't understand, because the product is, we were at the debut of the product.
And the product was great.
The product was great. We found out at the product from salespeople that what the problem was, it looked better if all the equipment is matched up, which is what we tell people now. If you got a Pioneer system, you need Pioneer. If you got LG, you got to have that. If you got Sony, you need Sony. It all works better with matched everything. All the parts have to be together.
Because that's the first thing that people short out when they go buy it themselves. Like, well, I already have this piece. I already have this piece, so let's save the expense.
Yeah. And then too, like, we're the oddballs in the newsroom, because we will say things in a newsroom that, God, say that in here because we'll get you in trouble. Yeah, it's a newsroom. But they'll, and, so we basically, because we sit there, we have big ears, and we can sit, if they're not sitting at our table.
He does.
If they're not, really big ears, if they're not sitting at our table, and they're bad-mouthing the business that they're at, then I'll tell people. I went to auto events where I've heard people, say, you can't say that because if they hear you saying this, they won't allow you in. They said, well, I mean, I got